I'm not going to tell you all the bracket shortcuts in this one video, but I do want to talk about them very briefly in a general sense. I believe one of the most important things you can do when you learn any application is to learn as many keyboard shortcuts as possible. I teach Photoshop in person to interior design students, and I stress this point often, but I have a hard time convincing them how helpful it will be to take my advice. Most of my students just want to keep using the mouse to go pick their tools and options. To be fair, the number of keyboard shortcuts in Photoshop is quite extreme and can be overwhelming. But for someone who writes code, I would insist it's even more important to learn as many shortcuts as possible. If you write anything, whether it's code or words in a word processor, learning how to get things done without needing to move your hand between the mouse and the keyboard is a huge gain to productivity. And it can be more comfortable for your hands when you don't have to switch between them as often. With all of that said, however, I don't encourage people to try to learn all the shortcuts at once. Most of us will do better picking them up in small bits. I think the best way is to let them become part of your muscle memory and something you don't even need to think about. In the beginning, you'll need to remind yourself of the new shortcut, and it'll take some time for it to become a habit. I recommend just incorporating 1 or 2 new shortcuts at a time until it's a habit and you're ready to learn something new. The last thing I want to mention about shortcuts is that in a few areas they are different on the Mac and PC when you're using brackets. Sometimes it's as simple as swapping the control key for the command key, but sometimes the differences are more than that. I'm going to do my best to make the differences clear as we go through this course. I'll display the shortcuts on the screen as I type them, but it will only be displaying the shortcut based on the operating system I'm using. I'll be switching between a Mac and PC as I film the course to try to cover all the bases. In the next video, I'll go over installing brackets and what you see when you open it the first time.